Today I'm sitting here with Grace Fodel from Studio 10 Makeup, and I wanted to ask her today about her Age Defy Skin Perfector, which is a concealing palette, and it's got all kinds of interesting colours in here. So
quite scary colours,
I
aren't
know.
they?
So can you talk us through this?
Well, the first thing is, you know, the Studio 10 foundation.
Yes.
That for me is an everyday perfect cover up, so
Yes.
that you don't need concealer, you don't have to worry about under eye
And it's great because you can layer
brightness.
it. I mean, you can put it on very, very lightly, or you can put it on more heavily if you, because I've
If
got
you
some
need
pigmentation and it covers it very nicely.
does.
Yeah.
So really, this is the Skin Perfector, which is if you've got it, which is harder working, heavier duty if you need coverage.
And would you wear it under foundation or over?
Well, so there's two schools of thought, right? Is that you put your foundation on first and then you touch up where you need using concealers or colour correctors. Or the other school of thought, which I think is mine, is you spot correct the areas that you need that extra help with. And
after
then
you've done the foundation?
Before you do the foundation.
Before, right.
And then you put foundation just where you need it.
Right, okay.
But for me, the foundation is your everyday cover up. Like you say, you can layer it and really it covers most things. But if you've got almost some really stubborn areas or you need more heavy duty coverage. So the two key areas where you need more coverage, different type of coverage, is redness.
Yes.
So
I get redness here in this area.
So redness in
like
this,
the nose. I get a bit of redness.
So the foundation should cover that.
Yes, it does.
Unless
actually.
it's really, really like deep red, or I'm talking redness like you've got rosacea.
Yeah.
So, or a lot of heavy flushing and it's quite bright red.
Right.
So you would need a colour corrector.
Right.
To neutralise that colour.
And green is traditionally used to neutralise red, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly.
Are they powders or gels?
They're cremes. They're these most beautiful ultra. You know, concealer can be quite thick.
Yes.
And heavy. This gives the most amazing coverage.
Right.
But is ultra. If I just put a little bit on your hand, just so you can feel the texture.
Yes.
How it blends. It's so creamy. It's almost got an elasticity to it. So it's not going to sit.
Same as the foundation, which is a gorgeous.
I'm so particular about texture on my skin.
Yeah.
Because our aging, maturing skin is textured.
Yeah.
So it needs to work very well and complement. So if you've got redness, i.e. rosacea, or a lot of, you know, if you've got a really bad cold, you're all red.
Yes.
Almost like a Rudolph.
Would you use the green?
You'd use the green.
You'd put the green on top of the red?
Yeah, because it's the green that neutralises red.
And if you use that on bare skin, would your skin look green?
No, because this really blends into, so it will blend, take the redness out.
And then you put your foundation on top.
And then you put your foundation on top if you need it. And then the other area that women...
So there's the green. So you'd put that on the really red area and then foundation. And what would you use that one for?
So this one is my second colour corrector, and that is dark circles. Now, as we age, we all have dark circles because the skin thins out, so there's more colour coming through.
Right.
If you've got dark circles that can't be covered, say, by the foundation, and almost like a bruise or a blue and a black, you would want to use this concealer, and it's peach.
Right.
So in the same way that green counteracts red, orange takes out blue.
Right.
Which is interesting.
I thought it seemed like a slightly dark brown, orangey
It's an
colour.
orangey, it's like a peachy
And
orangey.
would you just put it on the, I mean, I've got concealer on my circles at the moment. Would you just put them on the actual circle or all the way under your
You'd put it on where the dark circles.
Right.
And also always bring it down quite a lot down.
Oh, so all the way around?
Yeah.
All the way there.
And then I like to, so I've got a double-ended concealer brush. Generally, I use my face brush for everything.
Right.
But this inner corner here of our eyes,
there's
a lot of darkness.
Yes. You do. You get darkness there, and I often put concealer there, actually.
Yes. So peach is fantastic.
Right.
So this colour,
peach for
because
blue.
the thing is, most concealers are yellow toned.
Yes.
And yellow brightens, but it won't knock the colour out. So you need to use colour correcting
And is that strong enough if
concealers.
you've got really quite a lot of darkness? Is because then I do get circles. So would that be enough
because
on
of the
its own?
orange.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Or would you use that and then maybe a concealer on top of it?
I would probably use that. And
Right.
then if you do need that added help, then I've got these two concealer shades here.
And what do they do? What
So
are they
they're
for?
a mix and match. They're just
Right.
two concealer shades, one slightly yellow, one slightly warmer. You can mix and match to get the perfect shade.
Right.
And they really, really do have like amazing
right.
coverage.
So, great.
So this
so
is
those right. So you could use the orange to get rid of that, and then you could put those
If you
get
wanted.
to the perfect shade, and
Yeah.
it gives you more
Yeah.
coverage.
So what's interesting about this kit, if you've got skin that needs sort of heavier duty coverage and spot correction,
Yeah. Or
this
you might
palette's
you might have a
fantastic.
spot or.
Or a spot. So if you've got a pimple, and that's one
Yeah.
of the things now, you know, as we age, sensitivity to skin,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we're getting more pimples.
Yeah.
So you would just use the red with the concealer brush has got it's got two ends.
Right.
That's a precision. So you can literally just with a dot
Start with the green.
just take the redness out. Because what happens when we have a pimple?
Yeah.
We put yellow on, we put
Yeah,
concealer,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's so obvious. Because you still see the red.
Yeah.
And also concealer.
So
you know,
the green might just be enough for
the
a
green
spot.
might just be enough. And also I've got three
And if
daughters.
not, you've got
And they,
that.
you know, they put foundation, they put concealer, and it dries. You know how concealer
yeah.
goes into a sort of matte powder, dries off, and
Yeah.
it just looks so awful.
Yeah.
These are really, really creamy. And also the other thing I've done, which is the same across all of my palettes, even the eyeshadow palettes, is I've weighted the pans into different sizes. Because obviously you're not going to use as much green as you would do the two skin colours.
Right, right.
So I've made them smaller.
Right.
And then another
What's
thing,
that big one at the end?
which is my favourite word,
Yeah.
it's a primer.
I thought it looked like a primer.
Yeah, so if you've got enlarged pores, you can use this. So what's interesting about this palette is I think the foundation for everyday coverage is all we need.
Yeah.
It's a foundation, it acts like a concealer, you can use it all the way up to the eye, you can neutralise the lid of the eye. But if you need a little bit more work, you've got slightly more problem areas, this palette is fantastic. It's a great palette for daughters or teenagers. So I've got, like my 19-year-old suffered from acne. So her skin's quite good now, but she's always used this.
Right.
So that's a really good palette for that. So it's not just for our mature ladies.
Right.
Or if you've got amazing skin,
Yeah.
like your skin is flawless pretty much, and you don't need any coverage or any foundation, you can just use this for a little bit under the eye.
Just use the camouflage for concealer for what you need.
Yeah.
So the primer you would put on your skin just in where you've got large pores and things
Enlarged
like that.
pores here. If I was going to put some eyeshadow, I might put some on my eyelids. Sometimes here I notice
Right.
not enlarged. It's always like the skin become quite mottly, and maybe it's
Right.
enlarged pores.
So it'll just help smooth your skin and
Exactly.
everything.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
And then you've got the green for redness, you've got the peach for under eye circles, and then the two shades in the middle you can mix and match.
Yeah, they just
And you
create
can-
the perfect
you-
colour for your skin
You
tone.
can do quite large areas with it. You know, so if you've got a lot of discoloration here, you can do quite a big, so you might not need foundation. It's quite an interesting product.
Absolutely. And this concealer brush is great. So what would you use the big pointed end for?
So it's about how big the area is that you want to cover.
Right.
So maybe if I was doing under eye,
Yeah.
because I want to go, and once again it's tapered so you can get some good precision, so I might start here and then I'm doing quite a large area.
Right.
And with concealer you should never put it on and then swipe.
Right.
And it's the same actually with if you're using foundation around
Right.
the eye area. If you put it on and swipe, you're taking it off.
Right.
And this area is so delicate, so you really want to just dab almost.
Right.
Dab,
And then blend. And then blend.
But if I want,
And then that's great for spots or small areas.
or you want to get right into this sort of inner corner here.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is when we put our makeup on, we do this, don't we?
Yeah.
But we never really see this inner corner.
No.
And most women, it's almost hollowed.
Yeah.
So in this inner corner here, almost like a sort of V, so much darkness.
Yeah.
And if you can just take it out, it just brightens the eye area.
Yeah.
And another brilliant trick, which you can try at home, is this yellow-based concealer.
Yeah.
Because yellow neutralizes and brightens. And a really quick trick is to use this brush. And, you know, sometimes you say, I might just wear mascara.
Yeah.
Is put this on the lid, and you literally, I'll see if I can do it. You almost line from the inner corner. You just line your lid. Now I've done that quite aggressively because I want to show how it just really brightens.
Oh yeah.
Obviously you wouldn't leave it like that.
Yeah.
You would blend it in.
Right.
But it's a really quick way just to have wide awake eyes.
Yeah.
And then if you put your mascara on, you know, like we've talked a lot about just brightening the lid. Look how
Yeah,
nice
that looks really nice. I mean, it's similar to the eyebrow pencil, which has got the light end. Which
Yes.
when I'm not wearing makeup, I do that. But in a way, this is a more of that.
Yeah.
It's a sort of bigger version of that, and it looks really nice.
And it's using, so that's the trick with all of these, and it's the same with the brightening liner on my eyeliner. It's the same principle.
Right.
If you brighten that corner,
Yeah.
that inner corner, and then onto the lid,
Yeah.
it just
if
opens
you
up the
lean
eye.
forward, people but see how it's totally brightened up that eye.
And then if you put mascara on,
yeah.
because I get a lot of women who say, I can't live without mascara. I won't leave the house without mascara on. And I always think, that's fine because it opens up the eye and gives you those really beautiful lashes. But if you've got darkness and dark circles, you don't see these beautiful lashes. You see the darkness. And darkness around the eyes, and it's the same with redness, makes you look tired.
It does. It does. Listen, I'm addicted to concealer in one shape or another, and always have been. So, but I've never had a toolkit quite as good as this. I can't wait to use the green one. I've never used a green one before. Very Shrek.
Very Shrek. Yeah, you won't end up looking like Shrek. You'd need a whole barrel full of it.
I will.
So
If I'm green, I will be calling you. I'll take a photo. Thank you.
Pleasure. Really enjoyed it.